Welcome to the Behind the Punch podcast. My name is Bryson Olson. I'm here with my co-host Jake Sheehy, and today we are talking with Zack Partridge of Fierce Fighting Championship. We're so excited to talk to you, Zack. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic.
Blessed, man. Blessed beyond measure, man. Okay, I'm ready to jump into it. Let's get into some fun stuff. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Someone goes to your profile, give me a link in the bio. They see Mr. 180. Where's that from?
Mr. 801.
801.
Mr. 801.
Oh, okay. Let me start.
So,
Mr. 801. I'm sorry.
you're good.
I mean, right out the gate, the first question. I'm sorry, man.
You're good.
Okay.
So, my last fight, I fought 4 times last year.
Yeah.
I did 3 in MMA and 1 BKFC.
Mm-hmm.
My last one was my first time traveling out of Utah to fight. I got a fight offer in New Jersey. I really like. I'm 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We put on 13 shows last year at Fierce, and I'm still trying to be an active fighter. And so I wanted to fight 4 times, and I was 3-0 at that point in the year. Had a lot of success and momentum, and I just kind of wanted to keep it going. So I was having a hard time getting fights. There was nothing here I could really do.
Yeah.
Obviously I can't fight on my own show. So I started looking, and I took an opportunity in New Jersey, and good experience. Fight didn't go my way, lost the decision, but good experience. But when I went out there, Dre, that we talked about, the DJ at Fierce,
Yes.
and I've done a bunch of podcasts with him. He gave me a Utah flag to take out there with me, and I do, because like I championed a lot of the 801 versus everyone, and just MMA, 801 MMA and sports. I try to put a spotlight on Utah. I feel like Utah gets overlooked. It doesn't get a lot of love. And there's a lot of great talent here. And it's a sneaky good hotbed for not just MMA, but combat sports. We have great boxing here. We have great wrestling programs here. We have some of the top jiu-jitsu schools in the area. I just try to spotlight 801 a lot. So, and I think a lot of people are focused on, like they should be, themselves, their own brand, their gym, their teams. But I'm trying to put a spotlight on the whole state. And so going out to New Jersey, I just thought that was fitting. And I've never really had like a fight nickname. So
that was
just kind of threw that in there.
It was born.
I don't hate it.
And 801 is very recognizably Utah.
Yeah.
That's like the area code for like your phone number, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, that's exciting. So how was the journey going out to New Jersey? They fly you out?
Dude.
I mean, that seems like a lot of travel.
To be honest, it absolutely sucked. So they flew us out. So the promotion, so one thing that's really hard about fighting and promoting is, I know Fierce, we're a pretty good well-oiled machine. 13 shows a year.
Yeah.
We do. I will say this unequivocally. We do more with less in the MMA world than anybody.
What do you mean by that? More than
our shows look like Fight Pass quality, UFC Fight Pass quality shows. Like the production. I had somebody come up to me last weekend at our show and say, he was a potential sponsor, and he didn't end up sponsoring that show, but now wants to in the future. He goes, "You guys are. It looks like a mini UFC show." I was like, "Thank you so much." But I mean, there are just a few of us that are full time into this, and everybody like it is a labor of love. Like we all treat it like a full time job. We get paid like a part time job, and we pull together, and a lot of us wear a ton of different hats. And so we just put on a pretty big show production and everything.
You make the most of what you have
with just a few of us. And honestly, it's a little bit crazy. So I know like bare minimums how a show should go.
What should be there?
Matchmaking. I do a majority of the matchmaking for Fierce. Everything like that. So the communication between like myself and the promotion in New Jersey, it wasn't to the standard that I hold my show to.
Right.
And I understand that not everybody's going to do that, but at the same time, it would get frustrating.
Yeah.
It would get frustrating that my opponent switched on me.
Oh no.
2.5 weeks out, and I went from a guy that was making his pro debut, which is a big reason why I liked it. And a big reason why I was taking the least amount that I'd been paid all year to fight to do it. And then they switched it with a kid that had just won a fight and had been in camp. Like we were like, I hadn't been in camp, but neither had the other kid. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, fair.
Another kid stepped in, took the fight that had just won, fought, but had a full 10-week camp before that. So he was kind of already in fight shape. And he was 2-2 as well. Or I was 2-1 and he was 2-2, something like that. Anyway, so switched opponent. Medicals were just kind of a mess. I didn't get my flight information, I think, until the week of the fight.
Right.
And I'm like,
okay, so
I'm like, I didn't even know for sure if I was flying out on if weigh-ins were Friday. I didn't know if I was flying out till Thursday or Friday. So I'm like, I don't know if I need I'm trying to time my weight cut, which fortunately at 185 is not a big cut, but it would be nice to know.
Yeah. Being as prepared as possible. That's fantastic. Last minute, always right before you go into a cage to last minute have things.
So it was. It was an experience. Dude, I fought for 500 and 500 just because I wanted to fight. And then I think by the time I got out there, Ubering to the hotel, getting food for myself and my corner that came out with me. When you fight and you take a corner, the right thing to do is take care of everything for them, right? Because they're giving up their weekend, they're trying to come out there with you. So after we did that, I think I spent $480 on Ubers, food, and the stuff that I needed to cut weight and stuff once we got out there. And then I go out there and I lose a decision, and I'm come home and it's I made $20.
I made $20, yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
A good experience.
Sure. There you go.
So
I'd love to see the positive out of it. That was fantastic. That's fantastic. What about the 13 fights a year? That's more than one a month.
For Fierce.
For Fierce, that's fantastic. That's how do you balance the exclusivity of it, or how do you keep them as hyped? If you just have them so much all the time, do you find that there's a lull around certain seasons? People are going out for summer vacation. Or,
we're taking July off. Usually June we take off. This year we're going to Fierce Fighting Championship started in Price, Utah. If you're not familiar with Price, it's down more central Utah.
Okay.
And so every summer we go do a summer show back there, which is fun. The whole town comes out to the community event center and we put on a fun show. That's our next show, June 27th.
That's awesome.
Okay.
But other than that, we kind of chill out. But usually, so we go up to Idaho Falls a couple times. When the months we go off to Idaho Falls, we'll come. Yeah. We'll come and do a show here in the same month. Or
in the same month.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
Dude, we've done back-to-back weekends before. To start this year, we did 4 shows in 8 weekends.
Oh, wow.
We did January 24th in Salt Lake. We did February 6th, 2 weeks later up in Idaho Falls. We did February 21st. Yeah, February 21st. February 21st back here in Salt Lake. We did a kickboxing Muay Thai show. And then March 7th was our 10-year anniversary show, which was MMA. So we did 3 MMA shows and a kickboxing Muay Thai show, 4 fights in 8 weeks, and that was too much.
That's a lot.
It was too much.
That's a lot. How long is your roster of people that you could choose from to fight if you're doing the matchmaking, right?
We don't have a shortage of people that want to fight.
Really?
Not really.
Wow.
Not for MMA. No, it's pretty consistent. And then we have a lot of strong ties with a couple of gyms in Vegas, Idaho, Colorado.
Oh wow. Okay.
So they're all full cards. Maverick Center's 14 fights. That's almost too many. Or ended up being 13 fights. We had the one pull out on fight day. But
is there a sweet spot?
I think 10 to 12 fights is
10 to 12.
Perfect.
10 to 12. Wow.
9 is great as long as the fights are good.
That's really interesting. When you say a fight is good, what means a good fight? Is it knockouts, time?
Has the fans engaged? The best fights are the ones that are building towards a knockout, or building towards a finish. You know, one of the fighters is just kind of on, and there's an excitement behind it. It's like the
Yeah.
tidal wave. Like here it
Right,
comes.
right.
How long can the other guy hang on?
Yeah.
Or the back and forth, right? Guy starts off hot. There's exchanges where they're both landing, and then there's like this back and forth. Like my favorite fights is one guy comes and wins in the first, the other guy comes out, makes some adjustments, takes over in the second, and then the first guy like comes back in the third, or the third is back and forth. You know, like those are my favorite.
Yeah, that seems like a really good fight. How do you judge? Or I mean, when I was so thank you for letting me come to this past show. It was fantastic seeing some of the guys just like KO or submissions, pretty soon on. How do you gauge that? How do you I would think, do you just kind of look at their records and kind of hope, or is that just how the cookie crumbles when you're in the ring? Like
styles make fights. I think one of the things that helps me as a matchmaker is I'm very analytical. I come from a football background a little bit where I was more like, I'm not the best athlete in the world. I wasn't the strongest, fastest, whatever. But I was the kid on the football team that you could put me anywhere on the team because I knew everybody's position on every play and everybody's job.
Yeah.
And then I was a big film guy. Like,
my guy. Come on now. Love to hear that. I love that.
Big film guy. And so, I mean, I watch, I still will watch football games with the volume off and just watch what.
For real?
Whoa. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where I geek out. So, and then I coached high school football for a year, and I was the film coordinator, and I did all the film I coached the wide receiver group, and then did all the film stuff just because I liked it, and then so I usually will watch film on the fighters, and then get an idea of like is the style fights, you know, and whatever, you know, like, so yeah, that's basically how a lot of those happen. It's fights aren't just about weight class and record. It is about styles and experience, because not all records are the same either. You know, like somebody can have a lot of fights and have a good record, but haven't really fought anybody tough.
Well, the record thing, when we talked to Jason, it seemed like the record is different in boxing style versus MMA style. Like it's normal, or maybe not normal, you correct me if I'm wrong here, normal to have maybe a loss or two or whatever on your MMA fight, whereas boxing is that you really don't want to have any losses. Sure. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I say this with pride. I think it's actually something that is fundamentally wrong with the boxing model. Is the people call it padding records, like the padding of records, right? It's not a negative thing in the boxing world, where in MMA, if I'm like, this is their record, but it's a padded record, it's like, oh, it like almost lessens them in MMA. It's like,
it's like, oh, you were given easy fights,
or you only take. I offered a fight to a guy for our main event in June, actually, last night. He's undefeated amateur, undefeated pro, but he hasn't really fought anybody yet.
Interesting.
Like he's 3-0 as a pro, hasn't fought anybody with a pro win.
I see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah.
So less experienced guys, or people that the most respectful way to put it, like, I think once somebody like loses, like sometimes like they start learning how to lose in fights. You know? Like it's like,
really?
I think like when you lose, when you lose a fight, like when you get finished or whatever, like I think like when you get put in those positions again in the future fights, your brain goes, oh no, this is bad. Like this is where it goes bad, or this is where it went bad last time.
Right.
Mentally, like you see fighters kind of fall into the they lose in the same ways sometimes.
Get out.
Absolutely.
That's I would have never thought that.
So yeah, so it's like, yeah, so anyways, so yeah, so I, after this fight we have a guy at our gym that's 3-1-1. His name's Eamon Garcia. We kind of highlight him as like the most violent guy in Utah, and he's not a 3-fight finish. Like he's a savage. And so I'm just like, dude, if a 3-0 kid can't fight a 3-1-1 kid, like what are we doing? Because his manager's like, his coach is kind of picky. And I was like, well, like at some point in MMA, in boxing, that's what they want to see, right? Is that clean record.
Right.
in MMA, if you're 3-0 or you get to like 5-0, 6-0, but you haven't fought anybody, like the UFC's not they're going to say like go get something that impresses us.
Yes.
The record doesn't impress us. Like go beat somebody tough.
Right.
And then we'll know. And that's why that's part of the reason why they do like the Dana White Contender Series, right? Is because now they'll bring in those guys with those quote unquote padded records and say, well, we'll see, because he's going to fight another if he's a monster, he's going to fight another monster.
Yeah, like a trial by fire.
Yeah.
It's like,
wow.
And then they get exposed.
Wow, that's really interesting. That's really interesting to think about, like the mindset you could kind of fall into that trap again. I almost would think that since I don't know that, I don't fight, like your mind would just want to go the opposite way. Like if you get backed in that corner, the same corner, you'd want to fight against it. No.
Well,
but why do they fall some like?
Well, I would say this too. And I mean, I would assume boxing's similar in MMA. I would say that a lot of it has to do with like who you surround yourself with and the camps and the discipline that you have out between fights. So if you are getting caught in a certain submission and you got tapped out in it, what did you do between fights to get like to perfect
that move
to perfect the defense of that?
Yeah.
Right. So that if you do get in there again, you go, oh, we know what to do this time, and you're comfortable.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm sure it's just like boxing. Like say it all the time. Like, dude, you can't lie to anybody or yourself in the cage. Like the truth is going to come out who you are. Like if you are a fighter and you're a dog, like that will come out in there. If you're a quitter, it will come out in there. I promise.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the type of stuff. Like, I had an amateur fight where I got wrestled to death for 5 rounds. I'd never done a wrestling practice. It was
you never done a wrestling practice and you went 5 rounds?
It was my 5th amateur fight. I'd already won an amateur title and lost it. I dropped a weight class, fought a wrestler. Wrestling was by far my weakest thing. I'd never done like a real wrestling class at that point. Growing up, I just did football, baseball, basketball. And and then I joined the gym just to lose weight. I was really heavy. And I was like 270 pounds like 10 years ago. And so I was just kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, no wrestling. So I fought a wrestler and just got wrestled to death. In the 5th round, I threw up a triangle choke off my back. I had him. He was going to sleep. And as he was falling over to go to sleep, my legs were so dead from in the 5th round that I just couldn't keep squeezing. So, and so like, I mean, it still bugs me. Right?
Yeah.
But I spent like 3 months that it's like, if I get to a triangle again, like
you're not getting out.
It's that's ball game.
Yeah.
You know? And I kind of developed this thing where it's like, I want to get to fight ending sequences, which is like, if I can get to this point, I know that last 10%, like it's a fight ending. It's over. Right. So so just trying to create as many fight ending sequences as possible and weaknesses and things like that. But I would say a lot of fighters don't do that. They make excuses why they lost it, but they don't fix holes.
That's really interesting.
And so, but when those problems present themselves in the fight again, you don't fix it. Like, just keeps going.
Man, you sound like a very competitive person.
I'm an insanely competitive.
It seemed like a very competitive. You did football, baseball, and what was the other one? Did you say basketball? Now
I didn't play basketball in high school, but yeah.
Okay, but then now you've done MMA, which is that's jiu-jitsu. That's also boxing. That's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything. Then you got boxing. Then you done bare knuckle fighting. And then you flew to New Jersey just because you like to fight. So there's a drive and a competitive spirit into it. I want to touch on like who you are, how you got to this point, how you got so competitive. Do you think you were born with it?
I think I am a hyper competitive person.
Yeah.
I think a little bit is like you're born into it, and I think a little bit is how you're raised. Like I give a lot of credit to my dad for that. He made me. I tell him all the time, like very lovingly, and I appreciate my dad for this. Like he made me a competitive psychopath. Like.
No, that's good. No, I like it. What do you have? Correct me. 3 sons? 4 sons.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing.
14, 10, 5, and 3.
Wow. That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
That's-
later this month it'll be 6 and 4. They both have birthdays this month. So
how do you balance the competitiveness with them? Are they in fighting at all? Do they fight?
my 14-year-old, he wants to fight.
Okay.
He just let me know that he wants to fight. He's a really good baseball player though.
Okay.
We just finished our baseball season last week, so
Mm-hmm.
he's a really good little baseball player. He's not that little anymore. He's
Getting there. He's getting there.
But he did. He told me that he wants to fight when he turns 18. So I
Yeah.
said, "Cool, wrestling's no longer optional." So he did his
Yeah.
first year of junior high wrestling. But he signed up at One Hit MMA where I trained before I did. Actually,
Oh, wow.
I got into it because I was watching him do the kids class.
Mm.
So he really wants to, like, he's all about it though. He works for Fierce, like at the show. He's on the production team.
Nice.
He's actually a stage manager. He's the one in the back with the headset telling
Nice.
teenage kid telling the fighters when to walk when their music hits and stuff from the locker room.
Oh, I love that, man. That's so exciting.
So he does a great job, and he eat, breathes, and sleeps it. He really does.
Yeah.
And then my 10-year-old
Uh-huh.
could not care less about fighting. He doesn't care when I fight.
That's cold.
It's
cold-blooded,
totally
man.
fine. No, like
So
the fights that he's come to of mine, he'll like come to of mine.
Yeah.
Like he'll get excited like for my walkout and like for my fight he'll cheer for
Right,
me, but
right.
like he does. It's not me, but it's like he does not care about fighting. Like
Right. Okay. This is not his thing.
not his thing.
Right,
Pokemon, Pokemon cards. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic cards,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
whatever.
Wow, that throws me back. That's
He's into all that right now.
okay.
Like a Kato's. I don't know if you know.
I don't know. Kato's,
But anyways, that's his jam. So that's, and then my 5 and 3-year-old, they both like it, but they just kind of like what dad does. Like they come to the gym with me a lot. They wrestle on the mats.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting though. At the same time, like just, I mean, it seems really exciting to be able to be a father and then like have your sons there as you're getting into the cage. Are you getting, like, especially on upcoming June 13th, they're going to be there, I'm guessing, or maybe the 14-year-old maybe.
14-year-old for sure will be there with my wife.
And that's like so exciting, man.
We'll see. I mean, he's walked out with me before.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like he's
fun.
He's all
That's
about it.
awesome. How's I mean, I would think, is the pressure, is it more now because of the kids?
Not really. Like he's seen me lose, you know,
Yeah.
like he's been there when I've lost. Like, I've never been finished in a fight.
Yeah.
I have the same conversation with my wife too. My wife is incredibly supportive and awesome about it. She, you know, when especially when I cut to, so I fought at like as low as 170. Like it's a pretty decent weight cut for me. I'm about 195 right now. Like 170 is a fairly
20
big cut.
pounds. Yeah.
And I cut. It's a big cut. It's a big cut. And when I do it, like she does all like my meal prep, like my macros.
Wow.
Like she's like.
So she really helps. She helps you lean into this. That's fantastic.
She's a huge part of that.
Yeah.
And fight camps are hard on the family because like I'm locked in on a fight. She picks up a lot of the extra slack.
Right.
So, she's incredible with it. But I don't want to leave her out. But with like. She knows this. I always explain it to my oldest. He's gotten to the point where he's pretty comfortable with it now, I think. But I always tell him like, you know, like no matter what, like I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I've never been finished. But you know, if I do this long enough, like I will get knocked out.
Yeah.
A finish will happen. I'll fight somebody and something will happen. You know.
Wow.
So I just try to mentally prepare. Like I'm mentally prepared for it. Like. I try to make sure that they are as well.
Right.
And knowing that, and they do, I have noticed they do feed off of me. Like when I have a lot of nervous energy, like on fight day, I think they feel that. When I'm pretty calm, it helps them.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. But I don't feel any extra pressure because I'm not. It's like this isn't my career, and it's not like. My life doesn't change.
Right. It's not make or break for you.
No, last year my BKFC fight, we did weigh-ins at Bucked Up, and I remember we went home and I was laying in bed, and my mind was just racing, and my wife was just like, "What's going on? Where's your head at?" And I said, "What's crazy is I'm about to fight on this huge stage, like probably it could be the biggest stage of my career." On this massive card with a lot of my friends but fighters that fight for me, but people that like, I mean, my locker room was people that are all like my friends too. And I'm on this huge stage, and whether I win, lose, draw, get a highlight knockout or get highlight knocked out myself, the next day I will wake up and it is Mother's Day, and no matter, like, it didn't matter. You know, like, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that takes a lot of the pressure away from me. It was a little surreal, but you know, you think like if you have this big moment, like everything, like, dude, where I am in my life, like, nothing's going to change. Like wherever I'm at June 13th, nothing's going to change June 14th, you know, like no matter what happens. So, not a ton of pressure.
No, that's really beautiful, man. There really is. Do you think it's just come with age or with like just the family? Like that's a beautiful mindset to be able to relinquish it. I mean, I feel like we talk to a lot of people, and when you talk about like, you know, at some point I'm gonna there's a possibility I could get knocked out. There's something like that if I just keep going down this road, right?
Everybody does.
It just, when we talk to people, I mean, as someone just watches a lot of this content, you have so many fighters that just talk a lot of trash, man. They're never going to get me. I'm the best. They're never going to knock me out. And it's this like mentality of like, I'm always going to win. So for you to come out and be like, so calm, tranquil, confident in yourself and just like, yeah, it's going to be okay. And I'm going to be fine is a really different mindset, I think, than I've heard than a lot of other fighters. I mean,
and some fighters need that. They need to feel like invincible to do it, and that's fine. And I definitely would say like, you know, when I was a teenager and like in my 20s, like feel pretty invincible, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm not. Like I'm 37. I'm older. Like I'll do this as long as my body holds up, and it'll be fine. And but like I don't know, like whether fighters want it. I believe in like the best thing you can do is just be authentic and true to yourself. And the truth is, every single fighter, including Floyd Mayweather, if he fights long enough, he'll get caught.
Yeah,
he will.
No, I'm totally with you. I believe
so
you. Yeah,
it's the truth. And if people that'll never happen to me. If that's what they think. I mean, think of who's been knocked out. Like, think of Mike Tyson's been knocked out.
Yeah, that's
Conor McGregor's been knocked out.
Yeah,
like, and so everybody like in like the MMA world, like a lot of people don't give Khabib a lot of credit because he retired early. You know, at 29-0. I think a big part of the reason why he retired when he did, he's like, I built this huge record. I'm set. Like, and if I keep fighting, he was smart enough to know that eventually he would get caught.
Yeah.
I don't think it was going to be still for a very long time, but it's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. What about learning like the just how your body reacts to stuff and how you can handle this thing? I mean, you've lost, what is it? About 100 pounds. If you drop from 270 to 170, that's all. How long did it take you to do that?
So when I signed up at One Hit MMA, it was 9 years ago. I was 28 and I was 270 pounds. I signed up first week of April. I actually went to some local fights. I got invited to one of the pros that the card was fighting. He's like, hey, I'm fighting, selling tickets, you know, doing the same thing I'm doing, you know, hustling tickets.
Yeah.
And bought some tickets, went, and I signed up the next Monday. Like I was hooked. It was really fun.
Wow.
And then, so I went and did that. And then we just, and then my coach, I started losing weight. My coach is like, you're pretty athletic. Like, I mean, again, like I played wide receiver and stuff in high school.
Oh, wow.
And like,
so you can move. You're fast.
I'm not that fast.
Oh,
I was a good route runner though. Okay. Student, right? Student of the game.
Yeah,
like I was
okay.
like you learn how to, you learn how to, you know, get open by how you run routes, not because I wasn't the fastest guy in the world or whatever. But so but he's like, hey, if you get down to 205, let's get you a fight. And I was like, okay, like we could do one. That would be fun. So I fought at 205, and then I fought at 95, and then I fought at 85, and then won the amateur 85 title, and then I lost it on a controversial thing where the ref thought that I was out and I wasn't. And they're like, we'll run it right back. And then COVID happened, and no shows happened for almost a year.
Wow.
And then that guy never fought again. And so then that's when I dropped down to 170 and fought the wrestler.
Wow.
And then, but yeah, like it was just like this steady, like consistent thing. But yeah, so like when the first time I have a picture on my Instagram somewhere of like right before I signed up, like we did a family trip to Disneyland of me at like my heaviest. And then the first time I made 170, it's pretty wild.
That's amazing, man. 100 pounds is really impressive.
I mean, it's not like I lost 100 pounds. Cause like when I make 170, like I'm also like 190, 192 in the cage the next night. But yeah.
Well, I mean, still, man, that's
this is
really,
like my natural walking weight.
It's
now.
still
it's
like
90 to 95.
It's really impressive to lose that amount of weight. How did you be able to maintain the strength, like the muscle part of it, and not get too like, weak? We hear people that do like the weight cuts all the time, and they just are like drained. Their bodies are weak. How did you maintain that strength?
It's just how you condition. Like I just think it's like how you condition your body, like and you prep for it, right? So there's the right way and there's the wrong way to cut weight.
You got to tell me the difference, man.
Okay, so I think the wrong way is people that starve themselves or to lose weight. So like I've seen guys that like show up on like to fierce weigh-ins and they just look like they're on death's door and they're like, I haven't eaten in 3 days.
That's what I'm talking about.
I haven't had any water in like 40 hours. I'm like,
dude, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Like that's such a meathead dumb way. And there's still like fighters and coaches out there like, that's how you cut weight. And I'm like, that is how you die.
Yeah.
No, like literally.
That's terrible. That's so bad.
So
wait, hold on. Why? I don't understand. I mean, come on. I mean, let's be honest here. Like normal human, I feel like that's normal to know. You probably should drink some water and not starve yourself, especially right before you go fight. Yeah. Why is that such a normal like? No, that's how you do it.
I don't know if it comes from like the old school like wrestler like just tough
like
out,
chew
like
ice,
suck it up mentality. Yeah. But no. So like I had a coach. He was a jiu-jitsu coach for me back in the day. Now he actually just got certified. He's a ref for the athletic commission now.
Okay.
His name's Lucas Montoya. And I give Lucas a lot of credit for helping me like fall in love with jiu-jitsu and like the grappling side of things. Mm-hmm. But he like broke it down for me in a way too, that where it was like, your goal is to be dehydrated as short as window as possible. Mm-hmm. So you like, but to prep your body and do things the right way, you have to be basically like, I have to be on point for like 6 to 8 weeks to like to do like cut weight like that. Like I know exactly where I have to get my body to. I have to be I have to be drinking over a gallon of water a day. Fight week, we get up to like 2.5 gallons a day. So you're just water loading. You're cutting salt and sodium out of your diet so that your body's just flushing constantly. And you're basically tricking your body into because eventually your body will freak out and start holding on to things. And that's where the weight cuts get really scary, is when like your body stops sweating, even though, like that's, your body will stop sweating like once, because you've deprived it from water for so long, it'll go into survival mode. It'll start trying to hold on to it.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, it's like, dude, you're a big tanker, like trying to climb a hill. You want to be as light as possible to get up the hill, but you still have to have the fuel to get up the hill.
Right.
So, so Jason Laporte, the guy I used to do a podcast with and everything, he was a nutrition coach. He taught me that, and that analogy is like the perfect one. Yeah, just the tanker analogy. So when I do it, like I'll be like 190 24 hours before weigh-ins before I make 170. But I'm fully water loaded. I've had chicken, eggs, broccoli, no salt and sodium, just very plain, but like full stomach. And then you just start, like I do Epsom salt baths and
man, it's always really impressive to hear like the diet portion of things, to be honest. Maybe it's like me just like projecting, but I have a really hard time with it, man. If somebody comes across with some donuts, bro, I mean, it's hard for me not to grab one. You know what I'm saying?
It's why I like fighting at these higher weight classes, because I can eat donuts and stuff while I'm still fighting.
I mean, I just love the sugar. So to hear like you're eating, chicken and broccoli, no salt. I'm like, not even any seasoning on this thing, man. You're
that's
not doing
just like the last like 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
Because you have to cut your salt and sodium so your body flushes like on fight. That's not like the whole camp.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm like, dude, that's so impressive that you can hold on for that long. That's
no way.
Wild.
He's like, I don't want to eat plain chicken and broccoli.
Dude, no way. I wouldn't. But dude, there's some people that do, and like, I mean,
at
the end of the day, like, we have this culture that you're like food and everything is like pleasure, right? Like look at me, like I'm always, you know, these are tasty. That's why I drink them. People are like, you're addicted to caffeine. I'm like, maybe, but they're tasty.
Yeah,
that's why it's not the caffeine.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Okay, leave me
good.
alone.
Yeah, these are my treat. These are my fight camp treats.
Yeah.
Right,
This
right,
and Coke Zero is my fight camp treat. Like that's my dessert.
No
and I'm
Diet
happy.
Coke? You don't do Diet?
I don't do Diet Coke. Coke Zero. It's the same thing though.
Coke Zero.
Yeah, hombo,
so much better than Diet
So
Coke.
much
serious?
better.
Yeah.
Dude,
Diet
no
Coke's
way,
for
hold on.
old ladies.
Diet.
That's my
Whoa,
mom.
whoa, dude, come on.
That's my mom.
But the zeros.
She's almost. Oh, I won't say.
Bro,
her
that
age,
is
but she's-
that's cold.
My dad's 70. He doesn't care, so close enough to that. But
What?
Diet Coke's for
Dude,
old.
Diet Coke is that's the cream of the crop, man. That's where the goalposts are.
No,
Wow, that's a-
zeros all day.
Coke Zero.
I prefer most of the time. I feel like I prefer the zeros over the normal versions.
Mountain Dew Zero. When people ask me, like when I started losing weight, they're like, what were the biggest things you changed?
Yeah.
I went from Dr. Pepper. Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. When I was 270, I was drinking like a gallon of Dr. Pepper a day. Easily. Like Maverick large drinks. Like easily a gallon. Like the double XLs, I was easily drinking 2 or 3 of those a day. Easily.
Wow.
So start training every day. So like moving your body every day.
Yeah.
Drink some water. And I cut out drinking my calories and went to sugar-free drinks. Like that was like, I lost 50 pounds. Well, I think you asked, sorry if I didn't answer it earlier. I signed up in April. My first fight was in December of that year at 205. So I went from like 170 to like,
Wow.
and I made
That's 8
205
months.
in 8 months.
Wow. That's a good time right there, man.
Like we got
Yeah.
after it. Yeah.
That's really impressive. Okay. All right, so you cut out, you moved your body more, you drank more water, cut out drinking sugar, and you lost that much weight, and you were just training every day. But also just the sport in itself, you're sweating a lot. It's a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Did you? I'm guessing you started out way slower, or would you notice like?
Well, the first like 10 to 15, 20 pounds will come off pretty quick when you're that heavy. Like it's really easy. Like it can when you're that heavy, and I had that much like on me, like dude, I think the first 20 pounds came off in like a month or so.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
I mean, that's got to be awesome to see, though, man.
Yeah. I mean,
and did you want to lose the weight? Were you like, it's time for me to change?
Yeah. So I'd been trying because it was always like, dude, like when I played high school football, I was like 165, 170 pounds. Like I couldn't put on weight.
Yeah.
Went on a mission. I had a couple knee surgeries and just got bigger. And it's just like, it was like every time I'm going to lose weight again. And I came home from my mission, I was like 210 pounds.
Wow.
And which was bigger for me than I was used to.
Yeah.
But then like I'd get up to like 220. I'm like, nah. And then I'd like get down to 215 and I'd like roll my ankle or something. And then I'd put on 10 pounds. And like, it was always just this like, I'd lose a little and then gain a little bit more back. Lose a little and then gain more back. And like that's how I made it up there. So, but really, and then when I saw like 270 on the scale, I was like, dude, I'm going to hit 300 pounds like by next year. I'm like, not happening. No way, you know?
Wow, man. Man, I freaking love it. This is the mental of it, just being like, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna change. And then your son was already doing in the fighting camp, and you saw, and you're like, I'm just gonna try this out.
Yeah. Well, it was like
Interesting. You didn't go back to the other sports though. You wanted to go try fighting.
The thing is like, dude. So I signed up one year for like a pretty competitive flag football league. There was like full contact flag football where they're like blocking and stuff.
Here we
And
go.
It was
Here
awesome.
we go.
And I loved it, but I watched one of my friends like tear his ACL in the games, and I'm like, dude, I am not tearing my ACL in flag football, and I quit. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Keep my league registration fees. I'm out. I'm done. I'll never forget. I played one game, and he tore his. I watched one dude tear his ACL and somebody else on the other field next to us. It was like Little League football where the fields were lined up, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Tore their Achilles. And like we had like two ambulances.
their Achilles?
Dude, we had 2 ambulances come within like an hour. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, and I had a blast, like the physicality part of it, of like blocking and everything like that. And I had a blast. But I was just like, I'm
not doing that.
I'm not tearing my ACL or like whatever for this. And then basketball, dude, like always rolling my ankle or, you know, just twisting my knee, something. And like the heavier you are, like my body still wants to move the way it did when it was smaller.
Right.
So it just like I like getting to the hoop, like, you know, so driving and stuff. And I was just always like landing awkward and I was just kind of a little reckless, you know, that's why I fight. A little reckless. And so I had no problem, you know, taking charges and stuff. And it was just, You know, it just
wasn't.
I was always getting hurt doing the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, like kickboxing and jiu-jitsu allowed me to do a sport that while I was getting a good workout, I wasn't really getting hurt.
This is something I want to talk about. We've talked to a couple people, and it seemed, and you kind of hit on it earlier, that Utah's overlooked. I wrote down. But we also, I feel like I've noticed that people don't want to get involved. Maybe a business doesn't want to get involved or something like that because it's a combat sport. People are punching each other in the face. There could be blood. It's that thing. But it seems like whenever we talk to fighters, we talk to you, we talk to Jason and Monica, they're always saying like, it's really safe. It genuinely is like a safe sport. You're not like getting hurt like that.
I mean, because I think too in 2026, like I think a lot of things have developed in the culture. Like I'll say this, like the culture in our gym at One Hit MMA in Layton, has gotten exponentially better since I've been there. When I first got there, there were some pros there that, it was a problem. Like I was warned by other people that were like more hobbyist type that train there. Like don't spar with them. Like they'll hurt you. Like if they have an opportunity, they'll hurt you. Like and they don't care.
I see.
And we've pretty much eliminated that at our gym, and I think most gyms have. Like that's how it used to be maybe 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. So like, cause there's two types of people that you get hurt in training, right? There's people that, I don't really think there's people in gyms that are trying to hurt and take people out, but there's also the difference in gyms that some guys, when you're training with them, they're not trying to hurt you, but they're also not trying to keep you safe either while we're training hard.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I take a lot of pride in like that I don't hurt like I've been doing this 9 years. I think I've only knocked out one person in the gym. In total fluke out. You know, just it was just an accident.
Yeah.
And I would even say that I would attest that he got knocked out like a month before. Like he shouldn't have been back sparring yet. I didn't find out till after. But like,
okay,
you know what I mean? Like his
head.
head. But like, I take pride in being somebody that doesn't hurt training partners. And like, a lot of gyms that have good culture, like that's how they are. But it's still insanely intimidating to sign up. I've had what 13 fights now, amateur, pro, everything. This will be my 14th fight. I want somebody in our gym that's new to our gym feel as comfortable going with me as they are with a hobbyist that has no interest in fighting. You know, like, and that's I think that's a big thing, but like that wasn't a thing a while ago. And so I think culturally, like changing that for like you said, like maybe potential sponsors, business owners, stuff like that. A lot of them think it's really cool.
Of course, I mean,
right?
Well, especially once you get to see it.
A lot of fight, like people that sponsor and stuff. Like I would even say like people that sponsor me and that sponsor Fierce. A lot of them live vicariously through these guys, right? And they love it and they wish they could do that, but they're like, I got some money. I'm not doing that, but I got some money, so this is as close as I'm going to get to it, right? But yeah, I mean, I remember there's a like Chick-fil-A, you know, like I was really good friends with one of the franchise owners here locally that owned the Layton one until he retired. I used to work at Lake Hills Mall. I worked at that Foot Locker before, like when I was like 19, 20. And before and after my mission. And I got really good friends with him. And I was like, when I started this, I was like, hey, how would like Chick-fil-A like to like be the vendor and like sponsor this event? And he was just like, he's like, I would love to, but like corporate would like lose their mind if we like got in with an MMA show. Well,
that's kind of my.
So I mean, it's still there.
Why, is it just because they think that style that it's all about like they're gonna hurt you, or the culture is if you walk in they're gonna pound you or something, or what? Like is it just not in their
like the stigma's still there?
The stigma, like I'm just trying to figure
it's just
out, like,
violent.
It's just like any other sport though. Like they wouldn't mind doing like a football and there's contact in that. So I'm trying to figure out why not here.
So I'll give you. So my mom, she's never been to one of my fights, And we've had the conversation. She hates that I fight. She's asked me repeatedly, please stop fighting. And I'm like, it's okay.
No.
Yeah, it's not happening. But we talked about it once, and I was like, you had no problem watching me play football. And she's like, well, yeah, but you had pads on and stuff. And I was like, and this is where like the optics of, and like, you don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. And I mean, she trusts me enough when I say this that I don't think she's like lying, but I think she thinks I'm like justifying. This is like unequivocal. Like football was way harder on my body and way worse. Like I've trained with like, Ben Moa, who played in the NFL and, grew up here in Ogden and played in the NFL, and trained with Ben and other football players. Like MMA is considerably easier on your body and boxing and stuff than football, even with all the pads, but you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
When a player gets knocked out on the field, they're kind of just like in a crumble, or they go down and they're holding like their knee or holding something, but you don't see their face. You know what I mean? They have the helmet on or whatever.
There's a disconnect.
There's a disconnect there.
Right.
In MMA, like you see somebody getting hit in the face.
Right.
You see their eyes roll back when they get knocked out. Like,
right.
It's the optics of that part of it is a lot. I mean, you were just at our fights. Like we had a fighter like with a broken jaw that blood was just pooling out. Like the optics of seeing that is just like people break their jaw in baseball, right? Like fastball inside, right? And we've seen that. It looks totally different though.
It's just more visible in combat sports.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It seems like such an interesting one. I remember as a young kid, I was watching a football game. I think it was like a Super Bowl. I mean, this is years and years and years ago, but I remember the receiver went and he caught the ball, and then two guys came at the same time and like just sandwiched him. And I remember his body just like tightened up and he was just out. Yeah. And I remember being like, whoa, this is so much more physical than I ever thought it was. It was like my first ever like awakening to be like, oh wow, this is
like with football. And I love football. Love football. Love.
Yeah.
I would like my kids want to fight and I fully support it, and I wouldn't shy them away from it. If any of my kids were like, I want to play like full contact football, I'd be like, let's think about it.
Yeah. That's telling though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really interesting.
But it's the truth.
Actually, let's get you in the
ring. And I love football. Like I really do. But I'm like, let's wrestle and do jujitsu.
No, I have two brothers and they both played football, and my older brother was just on the line all the time, and he wasn't that he wasn't doing nothing crazy. But my little brother, he was like the running. Man, he wanted to run at someone as fast as he could.
Absolutely.
And just put his shoulder into them. And I'm like, bro, like.
Or his head.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I mean, that's not.
I loved that. Like
putting your head in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
just like a battering ram.
That can't be good.
No, my neck is all jacked up. I have no feeling in my right arm.
It's not good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's so interesting. I mean, just the stigma about it is still tough. I mean, how have you been able to balance that when you're like looking for sponsors and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, when we're talking about like sponsors for our show and stuff like that, like I want fight fans. I'm targeting fight fans that are business owners. I'm not targeting just business owners that I think like, I'm not just trying to I'm trying to find good partners of the show, and because I want people that when they come to like already love it and excited about it. And we have some partners too that I've had to be like, this will be a great market for you, like the fight game, like supplement company, whatever. And they're like, I'm not really into it. I'm like, it's always, I just have to get them to come experience one show. Just come once.
Yes.
And it's so funny. Like we have a company that does supplements and peptides and all this other stuff. And the husband, Brady, he was like, yeah, it's cool. And like, I'll come check it out. And he brought his wife, who was like, I don't know. She loves it now. She's a bigger fan than he is.
Really?
Yeah. She's obsessed with it.
Wow. That's amazing.
You just have to get them to experience it. First time.
I completely, that makes total sense to me. Just being, plus the energy in it. I mean, how long have you guys been at the Maverick Center?
Well, so you just saw the one. So last year was our first year. We went once and then we did this. But like before that, we were going 4 times a year.
Wow.
So we were doing every 3 months at the Maverick Center.
Okay.
We stopped because 1, it's a very big, expensive building. And 2, like it almost became not special anymore. When I took over Fierce was only, when I took over Fierce was only doing like 3 or 4 shows a year. So every Fierce event was like a big deal.
Yeah.
When I took over Fierce a little over 4 years ago, we went from 4 to 7, I think to 10, and then 13 the last 2 years.
You've tripled.
Yeah. So
wow.
And then we noticed when we were doing so many shows that, like, it made the Maverick Center shows. That Fierce was special when it was for a year at the Maverick Center, but when we were doing for a year plus a bunch of other shows between, it became not as special. And then fighters also would be like, I don't want to fight on the other shows. I'll just wait for the next Maverick Center fight. All the time. So
everyone's like, oh, I want the big events.
So now it's like the Maverick Center show. The reason why it's going to be a can't miss event every year is because it's basically the platform for the fighters that have earned it for the last year to be there.
Interesting. That's really interesting. I would love to know from like the promoter standpoint, like how do you keep it special? And also, man, here's another question. Let me come back to that one. I'd rather ask this one. Finding the correct fighter. It seems like when now I'm kind of the outside guy, right? I'm the guy, I like to be behind the camera. I kind of do this thing. So I'm not as in tune as you are. But when I think about things like the UFC, I think about you have the main ticket star, right? The main guy, and they're like really blasting this thing off to another realm. And again, a lot of people excited. Is that kind of how it really is? Like you find one guy that's just, he's coming in, he's got the voice and he's great on social media and he's got the power behind him, and you just like pump all the money and attention on this guy, skyrocket it.
No, regional MMA is different, and because we don't have the budget and have the ability to do stuff like that. And every fighter, it's where they lay the foundation of, when you're a fighter, you're your own brand. And so we're just trying to give them the best platform possible for them to grow their brands. And some people make the most with it and take it and run and do a great job. And then there's a lot of fighters that just unfortunately don't. And just is what it is. But I mean, here's the reality is, when you move the needle as a fighter, you can pretty much pick and choose which cards and what opportunities you want to fight on. If you don't move the needle, you kind of have to wait until I need you. Yeah. That's just the truth.
What does move the needle mean?
Brings eyeballs, right? Puts butts in seats.
Yep.
Brings, sells pay-per-views, social media interaction. Like, there's a lot of, I have fighters that they might not sell the most tickets in the world or whatever, because they keep their group small. But like, I know if I put them on a card, people might not buy tickets directly from them, but they're a big part of the reason why people are coming. And I can see that based like when we post their stuff on social media, their numbers just do something different than others.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. What about like trash talking? As a promoter, how do you feel about one another? Because that always seems to be like, I mean, that's like the bigger ones. It always seems like trash talking is like the go-to thing. Everyone's just, they do the press conference, they talk about how much the other guy's a baby, they're gonna knock him out. It's all this stuff. But what do you think? Do you wish that more fighters would kind of do that, or
if it's authentic to them?
That's a good point.
That's a good point. If it's authentic to them, like, I love trash talking.
Really? Wow, you're like the first person.
Like me myself, like I love to trash talk. Like, ask my 14-year-old. Like, dude, we were playing Xbox last night. He hates me when we're doing that. Like, I'm just trying to cook.
I love trash talking on Xbox.
But it's a mental game, And if I mentally can get them off their game or whatever. But like, I talk to fighters. I talk to my opponents in the fight. I mean, there are.
I love that.
Like my last fight, I had a nice cut right here. I got kneed in the face. We were up on the fence, and I got a little bit lazy with the position, and he caught me with a knee to the face, and I immediately saw blood started like dripping on his back because we were clinched up. I was just like, you mother freaker. Like, and I was like, I hate getting stitches. And I'm like, and we just both like laughed and stuff. Like, but just like, but I mean, I've had fighter. I had a fight where he was on top and his coach was trying to like walk him through, like to like be able to posture up and start punching or create a submission or something. And while his coach was talking to him, I was telling him like, that's not going to work, or, like,
Yeah.
and like,
That's fantastic.
Like, so the gamesmanship I love.
Yeah.
But it's who I am. Like it's the authentic, like we're playing like one-on-one in basketball or whatever, or whatever. Like if I'm competing, like I'm talking.
Yeah.
The difference is it's going to be more playful, or if it's going to get a little chippy, is what energy they bring back.
Man, I love the talking. That's great.
And I'm not going to just do it out of nowhere. Like I'm not going to instigate it. I'm always going to try and be like respectful first, but it's like
not just seeing somebody out on the street.
No, yeah, no, like I'm not that's not me at all. But like, I mean, you come to our gym, like when I'm rolling and sparring and stuff too, I'm usually talking to people.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that so much.
So like it's fun but it's authentic for me. Like that's who I am. So that's what when people are doing it and it's like forced, it's like, what are you doing? Like, dude, and especially like small regional shows, I'm like, what do you do? Like, do we really think there has to be a storyline, right? Like, so you have to be like trash talking and stuff. Like there has to be a story with it and a storyline and then the trash talking goes with it so that it makes people care more. But if you're just doing it just to do it, you just look like a dickhead.
Right. Right. No, that makes sense. I love the, correct me if I'm wrong here. I may be quoting the wrong thing here. When I think it was Khabib was against, I think Conor or someone, and he's like punching him. The guy's laying down and he's punching him. He's like, just give up, man. Like,
no, so that was against Michael Johnson.
You know what I'm talking?
Yeah, because he wanted the title fight, and he
I deserve this.
And he's like,
give it to me.
He's like, come on, brother, you know.
Yeah.
And he did do it in the Conor fight too, though, because he'd punch Conor. He goes, come on, let's talk now. You want to talk? Let's talk now. And then he punched him again.
That's fantastic, dude.
It.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so that's really interesting about the just the trash talking part. I mean, why do you think, especially when we're looking at fights, we want to do the promos and we want to do stuff for like especially the June 13th fight. It seems like a lot of fighters don't have like a lot of social media. Is that like a normal thing in the fighting world, just to not like want to be in front of the camera?
It might be. It might be. Like it's a big thing that we're trying to get done at Fierce. Is like I'm trying to let people know like. I have fighters that'll like reach out to sign up to fight for Fierce, and I'm like, "What's your social media handle?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't have it." And I'm like, "I'm not interested in you then."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What? Really?" I was like, "Yeah."
We gotta sell tickets here, man.
There's only one guy that I like actively continue to get on that doesn't have social media, and it's because he's a cop. So he sells tickets. Like he sells tickets. Yeah. He just doesn't have social media.
Right.
But Jeremy Horn, local legend. Okay. He's here. MMA. He used to do MMA shows here in Ogden too, like at the Weber County Fairgrounds. I'll steal his saying. He goes, "If you don't have 25 family or friends that want to watch you fight, the promoter probably doesn't want to watch you fight either." And so it's the truth. Like,
it's such a good saying. It's so good.
So
there's also like a salesman quality aspect to this, right?
Well,
or like a community aspect, especially if you're a fighter. Like 25 people, come on, man.
There is, yeah.
I mean, you got to go out and hustle a little bit, right?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. That seems
so. It's it's the truth. Like if it doesn't really matter how good of a fighter you are if you don't bring eyeballs.
So as a promoter, when you're looking at fights and somebody they want to fight for you, they've seen the spectacle, they want to be a part of it, and they're maybe like reaching out to you. What are like some of the requirements? Is there a record, just the social media?
No, I just like I want to see because like I just want to see activity. Like the guys that have like 100, 200 followers, I'm just like, you probably don't move the needle in your own personal life enough. Like, which is fine if that's who you are and want to be. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying like, like my wife doesn't have a big social media presence by design. She doesn't like it. That's fine. She's not trying to put herself into a business to put herself out there. But if you want to fight, that's part of the job.
Yeah.
It's not just training.
Yeah.
The promotional side of it is the part of the job. The UFC doesn't give Conor McGregor whatever he wants, basically, because necessarily like what he does in the cage and has delivered in the past. Like that's great. It's because he's a great business partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business. Like fighting is a business for the promoter and promotions. You're only worth what you bring. It is a eat what you kill business.
Let's talk about what makes you. It's a business. When it's time to fire, it's time to cut something off. What makes a fighter where you're like, hey man, I just can't. I can't do it. I appreciate you. Are you know more? Does that make sense?
No, sorry, I don't understand what you're saying.
Like if you had someone fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did fine. Maybe they won or lost, but you're just like, I can't work with this guy anymore. What makes you want to just fire a fighter? Or
I don't think I've very. There's nobody that I've been like, I can't work with you anymore.
Wow.
But it'll turn into like, now the circumstances of how we work together just change. I don't blackball people. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing about fighting in the ring or cage or whatever usually makes me like. I've never blackballed anybody for their abilities or inabilities. Like in competition, it's a professionalism level, like like communicating like an adult, or or just like flat out refusing to like somebody's like, oh, well, I don't want to sell tickets, I just want to fight. I'm like, well, I don't want to work for free, so I'm not interested. Let me know when you're ready to like push tickets again, and then
I'm with you. What about like how difficult they are? Is that a thing where you bring them a fight and they're like, nah, they say no to a couple times, and then you're like, okay, man, like, I got to fill this card, so you got to accept something.
If they're fair offers, like I said, I don't really have a shortage of people that want to fight on our cards.
That's awesome, is it not?
So like if people are like, no, can I get like an easier fight, or can I get this? I'm like, I don't really like to do squash fights or like layups. I don't think they're good for my promotion's reputation, and honestly, like the fans overall don't really love watching it.
Right.
They want to see competition, like good fights and fair fights.
Yeah.
So if I offer a couple of fights and they're just like, no, that's too hard, no, that's too hard, then it's like, well, those are reasonable offers. So like, good luck in your career, bud.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it. Like, and so there's a difference. I tell this all the time. If you're asking me to be on the card, I hold the leverage.
Say that again. If they're asking you to be on the card.
So if they're asking me to be on a specific card, I hold the leverage.
Right.
If I'm asking them to be on a card, they hold more leverage.
Why do you get to hold more leverage on option A, the first one?
Because
if they come to you.
Because they've already preset, because they're like, I want to fight on this date at this place at this time. Okay, well now, like for me to make that happen, you have to work with me on this. Like business-wise.
Versus a fighter where you want you kind of have to meet their accommodations.
If I have somebody else that's I've already agreed to put on a card and I'm looking for somebody for them,
and
I reach out to them and I say, hey, this is the spot, this is what I'm paying, and they're like, I like the matchup, but I want more money. Okay, well, like, I asked them, so okay, how much money do you want? Like it's like it's a very different dynamic. But when a fighter's like, hey, I want to fight, and I'm like, okay, this is my budget for this, and they're like, well, can I get more money? And I'm like, oh, well, this is my budget. So like, what's this about? Do you want to fight on this card on this date, or like,
is there something else? What's going on here?
Like it's
right.
I hold more of the leverage, and when I say leverage, I don't mean that as like a. Like now I got you, but it's like
I got you.
There's parameters that we have to work within.
Is it different in the boxing? I'm guessing in the boxing, MMA, and like bare knuckle. Is that kind of that same style system, similar?
I don't know. I don't know the other business models as well. Like I don't know Jason's business model as well.
Okay.
So I can't totally speak to that, but I know for MMA and regional MMA, especially in Utah, the market, like that's just the way it is.
What about I think I saw a clip where it was like something that's very difficult whenever you're promoting a fight or putting on a fight is having, I think you said like the coaches will sit over here, promoters will sit over here, refs over here, but it's hard to get people to work together. Or it could have been, or
the commissions.
How
do you
balance that?
Well, I just said the reason why, like, there's issues with regional level boxing. There's issues with regional level MMA. Like, there's issues in these regional combat sports, and a big part of the issue. So let's go to the top of the top.
Okay.
The UFC fighters, they're always talking about fighter pay. And the UFC's the best in the world. And if the NFL's the best, then we're like, why can't we get professional athlete money like that? And that's what they want.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm with you.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why, but one of them too is the NFL has 32 teams, right? That as a business together as the NFL are all working together to make the business work. And then whatever happens on the field in competition plays out. But the business side and the competition on the field are completely separate. Where in combat sports, the business side and the competition is completely linked together. So the gyms, the gym owners are usually the coaches. They're competing with the other gym owners and coaches. Where in the NFL, the owners of those franchises, the other 31 franchise owners are their business partner.
Okay.
Right? So, and then the commissioner right now is Roger Goodell in the NFL. He's the one that oversees it and makes sure that it's fair and everything's good with the league. That's the athletic commission. So it's fighters and coaches and managers are always fighting with the athletic commission. None of them trust each other. Could you imagine what the NFL would look like if all the owners didn't trust each other, didn't like each other, considered them rivals on and off the field, and also was constantly always battling with Roger Goodell, which they all have moments of not agreeing with them, but they're in essence on the business side, they're all on the same team.
They all want to make money.
Yeah. And in combat sports, it is not that way. We're not they're not on the same team.
Why not? Why have that disconnect?
Because of the model. It's the sports model of it. We would need to start almost having the gyms and the gym owners be business owners, and then the coaches being coaches, and then the business owners coming together with the local promotion to create marketing plans to grow the local scene, and then all the gym, and then the coach, that's where it would start. And I mean, in theory, it sounds great. Why not?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's.
But because most fight coaches are already the owner. So what are you going to do? Tell them, hey, you have to be an owner or a coach.
Right.
That first step is almost an impossible one to create.
Man, that's really interesting. Especially if we're talking about this is a business, and to grow the business, and that seems like that's kind of a tough obstacle.
And it's a selfish sport, right? So combat sports is selfish because at the end of the day, it is just us in there.
Yeah.
Even though we represent our team and our families and everything, but it is just us in there. And so we do have to look out for ourselves, and it's not and fighters so UFC, they talk about fighter pay. They want money like the NFL guys are getting and a better split and whatever. And I'm not saying it's perfect, and I'm not saying the fighters shouldn't make more. I think that they should. But there would come conditions with that. Fighters say no all the time to opponents. You think NFL players going to go I'm lined up against that guy this week, I'm going to sit out.
That's a good point.
Right?
That's a great point.
Or how about if the UFC just said, as long as you're healthy, you have to be able to fight on a week's notice at any time, and you can't ever say down to opponents. Well, most guys can't make weight. Okay, so now we're going to have weight clauses, or you're going to fight up weight classes. You want to sign up for that, UFC fighters? I doubt it.
Good point. Good point.
Like the NFL players, there's a lot of them that have weight clauses in their contracts. They have to be under a certain amount, or offensive linemen have to be over a certain amount. Like you see like some offensive linemen like lose 100 pounds in 9 months, and they're like, dude, I was eating like 8,000 calories a day to stay above 320 pounds because my contract required it. You know?
Wow.
So that's another truth. Like the NFL, like you get the benefits and stuff, but you're an employee. Dude, MMA fighters and boxers and stuff like that too. Like I would say it's a lot more prevalent in MMA, but like they say no to fights all the time. Oh, I can't make weight. I just had somebody text me yesterday from one of the biggest gyms in the freaking country. They have UFC world champs that train at their gym. And they just told me that a kid that he's like fights at bantamweight normally, and offered him a fight for in 5 weeks. And he's like, oh, he's not even close to being able to make 135. Like,
what?
Like, yeah, he's like 170 pounds right now. And I'm like,
Zach,
okay.
Where is the disconnect? If everyone knows that this is a business and you're a fighter, why would you be so far out? Why not just stay around that zone? Because you want to be ready for a fight, right? You want to be ready for that. Why not? Where's the disconnect?
Dude, you have to ask them. Like that
is so interesting to me.
But it's and because like fighters, they're like, I mean, people that are willing to like go in there and do that, like we're not like normal people, you know? So it's like trying to get them to understand that type of stuff. It's just like, they don't see it and feel it that way. But like that is the truth about the business side of it. Truly. No. Like, there has to be, you know, they've talked forever about like doing like a fighters union or, you know, but the NFL has players unions and stuff too. It maybe not be the worst thing in the world, but like, I don't think they totally know what they would have to agree to on the other side for it to make business sense.
Right. Yeah. Wow. What about like, I'm assuming you love UFC, kind of keep your finger on the pulse there. Also, whenever we were at Fulmer's gym, the first time I ever like heard about you or anything, we were at Fulmer's gym, and one of the guys that does, I guess, like what's the guy that does like all the medical stuff? Like
Doc Murdoch.
What was it?
Doc Murdoch.
Doc Murdoch.
Yeah.
No.
Medicals.
Maybe, or not just the doctor, but like you know, during the break of the round, he comes out and the guy's on the stool. He's bald. I'm trying to remember his name. Is it Cutman? I guess that's his name. I believe his name was like Devin.
Devin.
Yeah. He was like, man, you got to meet this guy. He's the Dana White of Utah, and he talks so highly of you. He loved you. So I'm like, okay, I'm assuming that you now you watch a lot of UFC and stuff like that. So but you've seen, I guess, with Zuffa. And you're seeing this change. Are you thinking that the sport of like UFC, MMA is going to kind of change, or is it going to go down and boxing is going to start to rise, or is they both just going to start to rise up? Where do you see like the long-term strategy start to go?
I think MMA is in a really tough spot right now. I think that there is a lot of opportunity. I've said it before. The direction the UFC is going, and the way that their contract is constructed with Paramount, they are creating some future hurdles for themselves that I don't know if I'm sure they're aware of. They're much smarter than me, but the truth is they are now a publicly traded company, and so you know, but they're owned by TKO, which is publicly traded. So now Dana White's his obligation is to the bottom line and shareholders, not building the sport of MMA. It's like he's already done that. So like a lot of the stuff that people are like, this is wrong, he's doing this and this and this, and this isn't the UFC like we loved and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, because now, like before it was like the Fertittas and him running it, or you know, when they first sold it to WME, like it was entertainment. Their job was to put on the best product possible.
Right.
Now their product is to be the most profitable product possible. Very different.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why we're getting where we're getting. So there's going to be, so there is a regression in MMA in the UFC right now, I think. And I feel it, but like we had an unbelievable pay-per-view card a couple weeks ago. I think it's pulling back, and I think there's opportunity for the PFL to double down on some things right now. I think that there's some opportunity for Scott Coker, who used to run Bellator. He said he just announced yesterday or 2 days ago that he's basically bringing back another MMA league to be a high-level competition again, and I think there's some opportunity for that. That being said, I think Zuffa boxing is probably going to shake up the boxing world a little bit, but create some stability. I don't follow boxing. I'm not a huge boxing fan necessarily the way I do MMA, but I do know this, like I know who Eddie Hearn is. I know who some of the other promoters are. I don't know what any of their shows are called, like the promotions are called. I don't know what any of the, like, I don't know what the belts are. I don't know what they mean. I don't know. I know there's multiple heavyweight titles or there's multiple whatever. I don't know. I don't know what those mean as like a casual fan.
Right.
I think Zuffa boxing might have the ability that in the next year or two that there becomes like, oh, if this person is the heavyweight champion of Zuffa boxing or whatever, like it kind of recognizes like that's the baddest man on the planet, right? Type thing. And it's like right now I know like Usyk's fighting tonight, I think, and like it's been Fury and Anthony Joshua before that, and like so like I knew those names, but I didn't know what titles they necessarily held. And like as a casual fan, it's really hard to like build a casual fan base. Where there's a lot of like I know that these are two big heavyweights. And this is a great heavyweight title fight.
But you don't know why.
I don't know what totally in history why. And there's no like storytelling with it. And I feel like the old boxing community, they already know. And so they're just like, they'll figure it out. There's no education to bring in new fans. Where MMA, that's all they've been doing. So if they bring that back to Zuffa boxing, I think it could be really good for boxing in America specifically.
No, I'm totally with you. I mean, what outsider point of view, just personal preference, what I'm personally thinking in my opinion is I think there's so many people like trying to, like almost like Hungry Hippo, you have, you know, MMA style. Now we have like the power slap thing. Then you have bare knuckle fighting.
Stupid, power slap is so stupid.
Dude, no. Okay. So, the power slap, boxing, bare knuckle fighting, kickboxing, like there's so many of these that are like Hungry Hippo trying to get as much. Then I'm like, whoever's the next star. I mean, for me, whenever Conor McGregor was doing it, I was like, dude, Conor McGregor, that's the guy, man. He just gets people fired up. And I never watched MMA. I did not care about it at all. But once I saw this guy, I was like, dude, let's buy it.
By the way, me too.
Let's buy it. So whoever's going to be that, I would think that next person that's like gets the crowd worked up, that starts selling stuff, that's where I think we're just going to start migrating to. I mean, that's personal what I'm thinking.
And when I say power slap, soon, let me preface this. I don't hate on the competitors for doing it, and I understand that they probably get paid a decent amount and things like that. I'm not hating on that at all. I just had the concept overall of the sport. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get the appeal. I don't watch it unless I know somebody that's doing it. I do it to support. So I'm not trying to like. It's not on the competitors. I just I don't get it. And the fact that it's like a combat sport is like, it's laughable to me because there's not like a I mean, enough. But
not your style.
But not my thing. Or like BKFC. Like I'll tell people this too. In the most respectful, and I'd say this is a compliment because I think it's very smart. BKFC is not a combat sport company. They are a content creating company that's masked. They just get clips because every fight is exciting. Freaking 2-minute rounds. It's fast paced. It's bare knuckle. It doesn't matter if they're world-class boxers, world-class fighters, or they both suck. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Two dudes bare knuckle trying to knock each other out. It's awesome. You know, it gets clips. They are a production and content creating company. And I say that they are not what the UFC is. And I think they know that. And I think it's why they've grown the way they have.
Man, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Okay, we've been going for a minute here. We need to start landing this plane.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're totally fine. I want to start talking about your upcoming fight.
Okay.
Right? Let's go into this. You're fighting Sean Cross.
I am.
How are you feeling about it? You're excited for this? What's your training looking like?
Well, so that's the thing. Like, I am always training.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at my gym 6 days a week. I'm always training.
Way to go, man.
So,
what are you walking around weight-wise right now?
I'm like 196.
Wow.
195, 196. I'm right there.
Okay.
And from what I understand, I think that's where Sean is too. So it's like we're the same size. I can't remember if Sean was getting ready for a boxing fight last year, but we actually sparred at a gym when I was getting ready for my BKFC fight. My coach brought me over.
So you know him.
I've been around. I mean, he's cornered at my show. Darian Orvin is one of his fighters that fights MMA, and he's cornered him at our show. And so, like, I've met him a few times. When I say know him, like, I've met him a few times.
Fair.
And I good interactions. Sean's a pretty mellow guy, so like not. It's not like we had these like big, long, lengthy conversations or anything, but I definitely know who he is. I respect him. I think what he does, like working with kids and like the kids that he works with and the boxing program and what he does, like I like that. I admire that about him. I think it's very admirable. And one of the things that when Jason asked if Sean was somebody that I'd be interested in boxing, when I asked Jason for an opportunity, I just said, if you have anything that makes sense, June 13th, like I'd love to hop on the card because I've had a couple MMA fights fall through. BKFC was supposed to come to Salt Lake, fell through. So I just want to fight.
Yeah.
And so he offered, I was like, yeah, that would be fun because I don't want to say like I know Sean, but like I know of him and I know people around him and I have a healthy respect for him. And I think it'll be I think it'll be good. I mean he for sure is the better boxer. But like I don't view myself as like we just talked about. I'm ultra competitive. So I view it as a challenge and I'm an MMA fighter, not a boxer. So like I'm coming into his world. Yeah. Like I view myself very much as the underdog, like, and I should be.
Do you like that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
You like being the underdog?
For sure. Like it's
why do you like being an underdog? Like proving yourself style?
It's not proving myself. It's just like, I mean, winning fights that you know that you can and should win. It's almost not as fun, but if I go out there and if I go out there on June 13th and I compete with Sean and it's competitive and whether I win or lose, like it's still a little bit of a win for me. Right. Like I'm the MMA guy. Like I shouldn't like, I pay attention to everything on social media. I might not comment and like on everything, but I do pay attention to everything. There's a lot of boxing coaches in the community that like to talk about how MMA fighters don't have hands like boxers. Well, no kidding, because we have to worry about, people kicking us and taking us down and strangling us and things like that too. Like all the time, all the time that I put into developing my wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing stuff, they're just working on their hands. Like they should be, So, but yeah, that part of it of just competing, making a fight, that's very exciting to me. Yeah. I like Sean. I respect Sean. Like, like we talked about like trash talk thing, like there's nothing to talk trash about with Sean. Like he's a good dude. Like I was
gonna say, we're being really respectful right now. We're being really kind to him.
Well,
like
this
guy sucks. Like,
it's authentic, right? Like what did I say before? It's authentic. Like I authentically like so. He's never been anything but like a respectable coach and
he was really nice. We met him one time. He was a very nice guy.
He's awesome.
I'm very excited for your fight.
Thank you.
What about like trunk style? Some people, it seems like they really care about the color of their trunks, what they got, if you're going to do tassels or not, what kind of walkout song you're going to do. Can you give us any? Have you thought about that at all?
Trunk style, not really.
Okay.
Because like I've always done like the MMA shorts, so it's like bare knuckle boxing. I had some cool boxing shorts. That was cool. So maybe probably just something like that, like something a little bit longer and baggier, like the old like basketball like hoop stays, like more comfortable, I guess. Walkout song. I pretty much have walked out my pro career to DMX every time, I think. something
Wow.
with DMX. So I would guess, but I usually don't choose until like fight week.
Until fight week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on the vibe I'm in.
All right.
Mhm.
Man, I'm really excited to see this fight.
I am too.
I'm very. That's a great way to say it. I'm excited for you. I'm rooting for you.
Thanks.
And I thank you for taking time out of your day to come do this. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you guys.
So
Thank
somebody wants to see your fight. Do they just DM you to get tickets?
Yeah,
What's the
hit
best
me
way to
up.
do that?
Hit me up. I'll meet up with them. Get them some tickets.
Okay. I love it, man. Anything that we didn't talk about that you really wanted to hit on? Is there anything give you a second here?
No.
Thanks.
No,
You got any
yeah.
sponsors you want to shout? Anybody you want to shout
Dude,
out? Anything like that?
Okay, so I will give a shout out to some sponsors. Will Andrews is the injury attorney. He sponsors us at Fierce,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
he's sponsoring me for this fight, so I really appreciate it. So if you ever get in a car accident or whatever, he's a martial artist himself, so he's getting really into the local scene, which is fun. He'll be at the fights, but yeah. So if you get in a car accident or you need a personal injury attorney, Will Andrews is your guy.
His ad was fantastic. I loved his ad, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he breathes, sleeps it. He really does. So I mean, it's pretty cool that he's getting behind it. And then Rockwell, I always hook us up with like the watches,
Very
sunglasses. You can definitely check out Rockwell. And then Underground Farm. Like I said, they're the peptide and supplement company.
Okay.
They do. I'm not a big supplement guy, but I love their pre-workout and stuff like that. So I've like gotten into that. I can't really endorse companies where I don't use their stuff.
Yeah.
And so
That makes sense.
I ride with them a lot because of I actually like their supplements, like their pre-workout and amino acid mixes. So that's a big one too.
Okay. Man, that's very exciting. Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Cool.
Anything? Thank you, sir.
Covered it
Thank
all.
you for coming on.
Appreciate it.
Watch the next one. Bye, guys.